This video will cover moderate level questions regarding the topic of limit by factoring. Like the beginner lesson, let's review some factoring first. Here are some common binomials. X squared minus 1 equals x minus 1 x plus 1. X cubed minus 1 equals x minus 1 x squared plus x plus 1. X to the power of 4 minus 1 equals x minus 1 x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1. For this one, we can factor more, but I will stop here. The power of x is 4 here, so the factored form starts with a 3, one number less. The power of x is 5 here, so the factored form starts with a 4 here. See, difference is 1. And then we can continue until we reach the formula x to the power of n minus 1. The highest power in the factored form is 1 less than the highest power in the original binomial. And number 2 is factor review. And number 3 is expand review. Please remember this one. Let's look at something more difficult. 8x cubed minus 27. To factor a difference of cubes, we use the formula a cubed minus b cubed equals a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. So this question can be rewritten 2x cubed minus 3 cubed equals 2x minus 3 and then a squared, which means 2x squared plus 2x times 3 plus 3 squared, and then 2x minus 3, 4x squared plus 6x plus 9. This is factored form. What if the question looks like this? We can factor using the difference of cubes formula, like this. Or take a good look at this problem. It's in the 0 over 0 form. How do you know? As x approaches 3 over 2, the denominator 2x minus 3 equals 0. When this happens, the question will always have a numerator that has the same common factor to create the 0 over 0 form. That means the numerator must have a factor of 2x minus 3. We can figure out the factored form using synthetic division. So I will copy the coefficient part. So this is 3 over 2 here. So 8 down times 3 over 2 equals 1, 4 is 12. And add 12, then times 3 over 2 is 18. Then add 3 over 2 times 18 equals 1, 9 is 27. But be careful, this one is difficult. 3 over 2 does not mean 2x minus 3. Rather, it means x minus 3 over 2. And then this one, 0, 1, 2. So 8x squared plus 12x plus 18. And then x minus 3 over 2 here equals same thing. And then the common factor of this one is 2. To take out 2 is 4x squared plus 6x plus 9. Then we can expand this one. So it's 2x minus 3. and it's the same. So finally we have the same factor. So this one is 2x minus 3, then 4x squared plus 6x plus 9 over 2x minus 3. So cancel out. Put 3 over 2 here. So 4, this is 9 over 4 plus 6, 3 over 2 plus 9 equals 27. It's your choice to factor using the difference of cubes, this one, or synthetic division. Now here is the first question. This question is in the 0 over 0 form. The numerator can be factored x minus 1, then x to the power of 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 over x minus 1. We just did in the review, and cancel the common factor. Simplify this one. So I mean that one is x to the power of 1, this one is x to the power of 0. And then 3, 2, 1, 0, like this. And then put 1 into x. So 1 to the power of 4, which means 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So the answer is 5. This is the next question. This limit is also in the 0 over 0 form. Since the limit is as x approaches 1, the numerator and the denominator must have x minus 1 as a factor. Therefore, the limit will be in this form. Like this. Please remember. For the numerator, if x minus 1 is one factor, the other one must be x plus 2. And let's find the factored form of the denominator. The highest power of x in the denominator has a degree of 4. We can use a synthetic division. So copy the coefficient. So 1, 0, 0, minus 5 and 4. Remembering to insert 0, put any missing power of x. And then 1 here. It's down 1. And times, add, times, add, times, add, times, add. Remember, this one, the remainder must be 0. So here is x minus 1, and this one is 0, 1, 2, 3. So x cubed plus x squared plus x minus 4. So denominator part is x minus 1, and then x cubed plus x squared plus x minus 4. And then cancel the common factor, and then simplify. Then put 1 into x, 1 plus 2 over 1 cubed plus 1 squared plus 1 minus 4 is 3 over 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 4, which is minus 1. So the final answer is minus 3. This is the next question. When you put minus 3 over 2 into x, you get the 0 over 0 form. You can factor this one using the formula a cubed plus b cubed equals a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. So 8x cubed plus 27 equals 2x cubed plus 3 cubed equals 2x plus 3, then 2x squared, which is 4x squared, minus ab, which means 2x times 3, 6x, plus b squared, which means 3 squared, is 9. So we can factor this one into here. So the limit is x approaches minus 3 over 2, 2x plus 3, 4x squared minus 6x plus 9 over 2x plus 3. So cancel the common factor, which is 2x plus 3. Then put minus 3 over 2 into x, actually squared. So 4 minus 3 over 2 squared minus 6 minus 3 over 2 plus 9 equals 4 times this one is 9 over 4 and make positive. So plus times 1 times 3 is 9 plus 9. And then that one is also 9. So 9 plus 9 plus 9, which is 27. That is the answer. The next question is this one. When 3 approaches x, it makes 0 over 0 form. When the denominator is factored, two times x minus 3. This means that the numerator must have the factor of x minus 3. Like this. Please remember this form. The limit x approaches 3. This is x minus 3, I don't know, after this. And then 2x minus 3. I will use the synthetic division again. So let's copy the coefficient. So 1 minus 1 minus 4 minus 6. And then you get 3 is from x minus 3 or x approaches 3. And then bring down 1 and times 3 and add times add times add. This one must be 0. So this is x minus 3, and then that one is 0, 1, 2. So x squared plus 2x plus 2. And then remainder factor is x squared plus 2x plus 2 from here. And then cancel the common factor. over 2. Then put 3 into x. So 3 squared plus 2 times 3 plus 2 over 2 is 9 plus 6 plus 2 over 2 equals, this is 17 over 2. That is the answer. The next question is this one. Is in the 0 over 0 form as x approaches 1. There are two ways to solve this question. Here is the first. The denominator, x to the power of 1 over 3 minus 1, which can be rewritten 2 over 6 minus 1. And then this one becomes a difference of the square. So here, x to the power of 1 over 6, this is 1. And then do you remember a squared minus b squared form? So a minus b, a plus b. A minus b, a plus b. And then, so this one is a limit x to the power of 1 over 6 minus 1 over 1. And then this is denominator. Like this, and cancel the common factor. Simplify. And then put 1 into x. Actually, this one is like this, which is 1. So 1 over 2. That is the answer. The second method used substitution. Let x to the power 1 over 6 be a. Remember this one. And then squared each side. Then this one is x to the power of 2 over 6, which is 1/3, equals a squared. The limit must also change. X approaches 1 because when x equals 1, then a equals 1. So a approaches 1. The same. Every variable with x is changed with the variable a. However, it all remains the same technique. So limit a approaches 1, then that one is equal a, and this one is a squared. So a minus 1, a squared minus 1 can be factored, a minus 1 and a plus 1, and cancel the common factor. 1 over a plus 1, and when 1 into a is 1 plus 1, so 1 over 2 is the same answer. The next question is this one. When x approaches minus 1, it makes the 0 over 0 form. Can you see the common factor? This one is 3x plus 1, like this. Then we can use synthetic division. 1 minus 3 minus 1 and 3. So that one is must minus 1. It's because the common factor is x plus 1, or x approaches minus 1 is same thing. And then 1 down, times, add, times, add, times, add. This one must be 0. So that one is x plus 1, and it's from here 0, 1, 2, so x squared minus 4x plus 3. So this factored form is like this. So because x approaches minus 1, we have a same common factor, x plus 1, like this, and then cancel the common factor. Simplify. Put minus 1 into x. So minus 1 squared minus 4 minus 1 plus 3 over 3. This is 1 plus 4 plus 3 over 3. So 8 over 3, that is the answer. Here is question 7. There are two ways to think about this question. Like question 5, you can solve using difference of square formula or by substitution. If you can see, x to the power of 10 minus 1 can be factored into this one, because x to the power of 10 minus 1 equals, this one is the difference of the squares, so x to the power of 5, this is 1 squared, and then a squared minus b squared is a minus b, a plus b, so a minus b, a plus b, like this. It's from here, and then cancel the common factor. Then put 1 into x. This is 1, so 1 over 2. That is the answer. The second way is using substitution. Let x to the power of 5 be a, please remember this one, and then square each side, so it's x to the power of 10 equals a squared. Then if x approaches 1, means the same as if x equals 1, a is also 1, so a approaches 1, and then change every x into a. So limit a approaches 1, a minus 1, this is a squared minus 1, a minus 1 over is a minus 1, a plus 1. Then cancel the common factor. So put 1 into a, so 1 over 1 plus 1, which is 1 over 2. That is the answer. This is the next question. As h approaches 0, it makes the 0 over 0 form. The numerator can be factored to create a common factor with the denominator. I will expand first. Do you remember the Pascal's triangle? So it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1 when add, and 1 add together 3, 3, 1. So a plus b cubed equals a cubed plus 3, a squared b plus 3, ab squared plus b cubed. So this is coefficient. Then 2 plus h cubed equal 2 cubed plus 3 times 2 squared h plus 3 to h squared plus h cubed. So it is 8 plus 3 times 4, which is 12, 6, and h cubed. So we can rewritten that one, 8 plus 12h plus 6h squared plus h cubed minus 8 over h. Then 8 is cancelled out. Then simplify. 12h, 6h squared, h cubed over h. Then we can factor the takeout h. So 12 plus 6h plus h squared over h, and cancel out the common factor h. Finally, we have this one. And then put 0 into h. So 12 plus 0 plus 0. So final answer is 12. The next question is this one. When x approaches a, it creates the 0 over 0 form. The numerator is the difference of squares. So it's in the a squared minus b squared form. So like this. So x to the power of 4 minus a to the power of 4 can be factored like this. So a squared minus b squared form. So a minus b, then a plus b. And here x squared minus a squared is the difference of square again. So we can factor more and keep this one. So the limit x approaches a, we can rewrite x minus a, x plus a, x squared plus a squared over x minus a. So cancel out. And then x plus a, x squared plus a squared, like this. And then put a into x. So a plus a, then a squared plus a squared equal, this is 2a times 2a squared equals 4a cubed. That is the answer. This is question 10. We used to solving using substitution. Let cube root x be a. Remember this one. And then get rid of radical sign by cubing each side. So make cube. So that one is x equals a cubed. And change the limit as x approaches 1 is the same as when x is 1, a is also 1. So a approaches 1 is same. And now all variables with x are changed into a. So this one is a minus 1, and that one is a cubed minus 1. And this one, a cubed minus 1 It's the same as a cubed minus 1 cubed. So it's a minus 1, a squared plus a plus 1. So, and cancel the common factor. So 1, a squared plus a plus 1. So when 1 into a, 1 over 1 squared plus 1 plus 1. So 1 over 1, 1, 1, which is 3. So the answer is this one. Here is the next question. This is a new type of question. It will be a good opportunity to confirm how accurately you know what you have learned so far. So let's get started. As x approaches minus 1, only the numerator part, equals 2 times minus 1 squared plus minus 1 plus 5, 2 times 1 minus 1 plus 5, so 2 plus 4, which is 6. So the numerator is 6, not 0. This means that the question is not 0 over 0 form. This is not 0 over 0 form. Therefore, the factor of x plus 1 does not exist. So try plugging minus 1 into x on both the numerator and the denominator. We already know the numerator is 6 over minus 1 squared plus a times minus 1 minus 1. 6 over the 1 minus a minus 1. 1 and minus 1 cancelled. 6 over minus a. This one is left side answer. The left side must equal the right side. And then use cross multiplication. So this is minus 3a equals 6. And then divide by minus 3 each side. That one is a. It's minus 2. The answer is a equals minus 2. This is the last question. First, we will look at the denominator part. Put minus 3 into x. Minus 3 squared is 9. Minus 3 here is minus 6. Minus 3 equals 0. This means the question is in the 0 over 0 form. Therefore, when x approaches minus 3, the numerator must also equal 0. It also means that the numerator and the denominator will have the common factor of x plus 3. So this one will be x plus 3 and something more, and x plus 3, like this. So now the numerator part. So minus 3 into numerator part is 2 times minus 3 squared, which is 9, and a times minus 3 plus a minus 2 equals 0. So this is 18 minus 3a plus a minus 2 equals 0. So combine together minus 2a. This is 16. So 16 equals 2a. Then a equals 8. Now we must find the value of the limit. We can rewrite the question into limit 2x squared plus ax, which means 8x. A is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6 over x squared plus 2x minus 3. We can factor. Take out 2 first. This one can be x plus 3, x minus 1. And then this one, x plus 3, x plus 1. And then we can cancel the x plus 3 as a common factor. And then 2 x plus 1 over x minus 1. So put minus 3 into x. So 2 minus 3 plus 1 over minus 3 minus 1 equals 2 times minus 2 over minus 4. Let's cancel out, make it positive. So 4 over 4, which means 1. So the value of limit is 1. And a is 8. That is the answer. I hope this video has been helpful. The previous lesson is linked in the description bar below. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.